So for this project, I wanted to see the impact on sustainability based on the crime in a neighborhood. So for my mini ethnography, I rode the A line from the Hamlin stop, like right outside by Houghton Arena, to the um, Green Line stop at University and Snelling. And then I rode the Green Line from the University Snelling stop all the way to Stadium Village next to the U of M campus and back. Because based on the crime map we were given, there's a very large drop in crime from the Snelling stop all the way to the U of M campus. And it was very clear that that was the case based on um, my ride from on the light rail. Um, for starters, before I even got on the light rail, I was approached by a man who appeared to be under the influence of some kind of substance. He was begging for medical marijuana, claiming he was in a lot of pain, and he was like really in my face. Um, and that definitely was an example of lack of social and economic sustainability. Social sustainability, which is the well being of the people living in a community, um, it can come across as just what like the people feeling that they have a voice in one's community, the and um, like the climate, as in like are people getting along? Do people have conflicting views? And it also can just be the well being, like lots of homeless people, drug use, poor education, crime are all examples of poor social sustainability in a community. So that was clearly an example of that in the fact that he was using drugs. He did not seem to have himself together. Um, yeah. And so we got on the light rail, and from on the ride there, just like in the beginning when I was still in the area near Snelling, just beginning to go towards the U of M campus, there was lots of graffiti, there was trash everywhere, which was clearly showing a lack of economic sustainability, or not economic, sorry, environmental sustainability, which is um, the use of resources in an area, um, and like waste management. And I actually stopped in some of the restaurants in on Snelling, and I noticed that there was a lot of like styrofoam being used, plastic water bottles, like the type of stuff that isn't recyclable that would lead to a non-environmentally sustainable environment. While at the in like Dinkytown near University of Minnesota, there was lots of environmentally friendly restaurants and that were using um, more like paper and like cardboard and things that could be recyclable. And there was like a noticeable difference in the amount of trash just around in Dinkytown than by Snelling, and the amount of graffiti near Snelling rather than Dinkytown, which the amount of graffiti also can lead to social sustainability, because another factor of social sustainability is just feeling safe where you are. And if your whole neighborhood is covered in graffiti, a lot of times where it's like symbols and that aren't friendly for sure, it leads you to not feel safe. And as graffiti is a crime, it's just another indication of rising crime levels in a neighborhood. And so, along with the graffiti and the litter um, being more prevalent in the Snelling area, there was definitely a greater amount of homeless people, which really has something to say about the economic sustainability of the area. The economic sustainability is the distribution of wealth in a community, the use of each individual's money. It's just having enough money for the individual to take care of itself, and also the ability of the community to take care of its own community. And so, with the homeless people, that was a clear example of the individual not having enough to take care of themselves, whether that was because of something out of their control or because of their own drug use and inability to take care of themselves, which again falls into the social sustainability. And and it was also clear in the Snelling area that the economic sustainability wasn't as great, because the area just feels a lot more run down, a lot just unkept. Whereas you can tell in Dinkytown near the U of M, there's all the new trendy restaurants. Everything just looks new and nice. Very different than our University Snelling area. And also, on the ride back, I noticed someone who had came on the light rail smelling of marijuana, and who just went outside and lit up what appeared to be a joint. And there was, while walking down Snelling back towards Hamlin, there was some disorderly conduct going on. There was two men arguing on the opposite side of the street of me. And it just kind of goes to show that due to a lack of sustainability, the lack of these pillars, it's almost like crime is just more acceptable in these areas. Like, you don't really see people over in Dinkytown smoking weed outside, because there's these pillars keeping order to some extent. So, with the question, is crime sustainable, and does crime continue because of a lack of sustainability? Based on what I saw, I definitely think no, crime is not sustainable. Crime leads to lots of issues in these three pillars. It leads to homelessness. It leads to people not feeling safe in their neighborhood. It leads to an overall feeling of an unsafe area. And does crime continue because of a lack of sustainability? I really think so, because I've clearly witnessed a large increase in crime in the Snelling University area based on the Dinkytown area, and it is confirmed by the crime map that there's a significantly higher amount of crime in this area due to a lack of sustainability. And I'm not really sure if it's the crime causes the lack of sustainability, or the lack of sustainability causes the crime. But either way, if we are able to create a more sustainable community in our area, I do think crime would go down. So, as far as it goes for making a change in each pillar to improve the sustainability of our community, and ultimately dropping the crime in our community, for economic sustainability, I really think that raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour is going to be a good decision, because people need enough money to support their families, and if they're going to work, they should be paid enough to not be struggling financially. And another thing is that we really need to improve our education systems and make more of an effort to push kids to going on to higher education and receiving jobs where they can make enough money to support themselves. For environmental sustainability, I really think that going through and covering up the graffiti would be a good idea, and just really making more of an effort to clean up the garbage that's around. If we fix those two things, that'll make a huge difference on the way the neighborhood feels, and it'll definitely help the environment. And also, the stores should make a switch to more renewable resources. And for social sustainability, I I don't know if these projects exist, I guess, but I really think some neighborhood-wide projects that gets everybody together and builds like a sense of community would be good. Because if there's more of a sense of a community, people are going to be less likely to want to commit crimes and hurt our community. People are going to be more likely to want to build up. And if we can build like a social bond, a community within our neighborhood, I think each pillar will start to find its way to build itself back up.